find the length of the arc AB. So that's the curved length from A to B. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. We'll think about that at the end. So the arc length is a portion of the circumference. Hopefully you remember the circumference of a circle is pi times the diameter, and the diameter in this case is 24. So the circumference is pi times 24. We only want a portion of it, a fraction of it, but we're not going to be finding a half of it or a quarter of it. In this case, the fraction that we've got is 50 out of 360. That's the fraction that we've got, and we want that much of our circumference. Okay, we'll calculate that on a calculator. If you wanted it in terms of pi, you would just ignore the actual pi symbol and calculate everything else, and it would give you 10 over 3. And then just put the pi on at the end. But since we want it as a decimal to 3 significant figures, we'd type it in including the pi symbol. It would give us a really long number, and we would shorten it to 10.5. Let's try another question. Again, I start with the circumference. So the circumference is pi times the diameter. And then I figure out, for the arc length, what fraction of the circle do I have? This time I've got 40 degrees out of 360. So that's the fraction of the circle I've got. So that's how much of the 36 pi I want. So 40 times 360, 40 out of 360 times 36 pi. Again, if you just calculate it without the pi, you get 4 and then add the pi on at the end. Okay, but there's a trick to this question. It says find the perimeter. Okay, all we've got at the moment is that curved blue line that I've highlighted already. We also need to add on the other sides of the shape, because we should know perimeter is the total sum of all the sides. So I need to add on these 2 straight lines as well to my 4 pi. So it's going to actually be 4 pi plus 18 plus 18. So 4 pi plus 36. One more. Again, it's perimeter. So we'll start by finding the arc length, which is a portion of the circumference. So circumference, pi times diameter. The arc, this time what fraction of the circle have we got? Just a quarter this time, isn't it? We could write 90 over 360, but it's a quarter of it. Multiplied by the circumference, that gives me the length of that blue line, which again is 4 pi. So the length of the blue curved length is 4 pi, but because we're looking at perimeter, we've got to also add on the straight lines as well. So we're going to have the 4 pi plus 8 and 8, so 4 pi plus 16.